Hi, everybody who's joining early. We're just going to get started in a couple minutes. I'm relaxing after prepping. Hello, Peaches. Tracy. It's good. I'm starting to see some new people who I don't know. Hello from France. Do we need some French wine for you? This is pretty exciting. I was able to, pre-book a little tasting to make sure it was just right. Flight Girl. Amy Noel. Autumn. All right, Gary's Napa Valley. Hi, guys. I miss you. I'm sure you miss me. Tracy. Snapfish. I know who that is. Ian and Paul will be joining soon. Otherwise, I'm going to be talking to myself, and that's not nearly as much fun. Bonjour. Somebody just said bonjour, so I'm going to say bonjour back. Y'all. That's my Texas friends, y'all. Oh, there was somebody from Texas. Liz, you're moving the thing. What am I? Gulf Coast. Wow, there's a lot of people from around the country. Thanks for joining. This is pretty exciting. So I have all sorts of great stuff here. Unbelievable bourbon. It's hard to see, but I've got chocolate. I've got nuts. We probably won't get to that, but I have it just in case. This is perfect. I have somebody from New Zealand just checked in. What's great is the weather in New Jersey got cold this week, so it's perfect bourbon weather. New Zealand, it's summer there, right? Oh, good. I see some New Jersey people. That's good to see. Oh, I think... Hi, Alan. Wait, somebody loves Paul and Ian, but what about me? I think we're letting Paul and Ian in now. I'm hoping. All right.
There he is.
There you are.
There's my Jersey guy.
How are you doing?
I'm good, brother. How are you?
I'm good.
What's up, man?
Where are you guys?
We're at our Brothers Bond studio. We're at our office. We got we got the Brothers Bond signs. We got a crying baby, but that's unrelated to Brothers Bond. That's just making children cry. Yeah.
If you have enough Brothers Bond, do you have Brothers Babies?
That happens.
Yeah.
It happens.
I wonder if we should close this. If you could hear the waves.
No, the audio's good, right?
This is live. Whatever happens, happens, right?
That's right.
What happens on Instagram stays on Instagram.
There's no 5-second network delay where they can cut out all the bad stuff.
It's not FCC.
I'm hoping what happens on Instagram goes viral personally.
It's great to see you, man. It's been a while since Austin, brother.
I know. It's great to see you guys. And I just want to, give everybody a little background of how we met and how this whole thing got started. I was in Austin for an award ceremony. I was actually awarded Retailer of the Year from a publication. It was pretty exciting. So my first day in Austin, I went to visit David Jabor from Twin Liquors. And he took me and a couple guys out to dinner, a couple people. And we went to this great Greek restaurant. He said, Margaret, his sister, was there with some guys from the Vampire Diaries, which I'd never heard of. And I'm telling you this now. I wouldn't have shared it then. And they're really famous.
Don't worry, our egos aren't that fragile.
They have this bourbon out. So I went up and I met you guys, and I really was not interested in meeting you. I was interested in hearing about this and tasting this bourbon because I saw one at the Twin stores and they had like 8,000 cases on the floor. And I said, if Twins is this committed to this product, it has to be good. And all I wanted to do was taste it, and I tasted it, and I was blown away.
Oh, thanks,
brother. Then we had the Jersey connection, and I'm like, these guys are great. So everybody said, oh, you want to take a picture? I said, sure, I'm sure these guys would love to have a picture with me,
True.
So I took a picture. I got back. I said to some guys, people that work for me, I said, I did this thing and I met these two guys. Do you know them? They passed out. They were so excited. I said, you see me every day. Why?
It was the Jersey guy that they were excited about.
I don't know, but I appreciate you guys doing this, and
It's
so I
so
did
fun, man.
with some help from one of our teams, did a little research. And you guys did the show for 8 seasons.
8 years.
And I'm going to want to talk. You're going to talk about the show. We're going to talk about bourbon. But what confused me in reading about this is so one of you was 162 years old.
And one's 166.
And one is older than that, dating this young hot chick. Is that what I'm understanding?
It is a little odd, isn't it?
It was.
I said it was like the literal ultimate example of cradle robbage.
Yeah, I mean, it is true. Like, how old was Elena? What was she? 16?
She was 17 initially. You were 100. No, you were 157, and I was 162.
That's what I fell in love with you guys. I said these guys are my idols.
But you know the biggest problem?
60.
The biggest problem.
16-year-old.
The biggest problem is that I was frozen. I was stuck in my age was like 15, I think.
No, 17.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
All right, 17 when I became a vampire.
You were 26 playing a 17.
Yeah, well, forget that. That's fine. By the time it was season, whatever, 8, I was like in my early 30s playing a 17-year-old. That was a big problem for me. That's where things got a little rough, and we said, okay, well, I don't think we can do another season after this.
So I know everybody's going to want to learn a little bit about Brothers Bond because, from taste, I can tell you is fantastic.
Thank you, brother.
So why don't I'm going to start making a cocktail, and I'm going to tell everybody what we're doing. And then as I'm doing that, why don't you share a little bit about, the label design, what it means to you, the name, and help me out. And then I'm going to interject with what I'm doing with this cocktail making thing. But let's be clear. I'm a wine guy first, and I'm a wine guy because I take a corkscrew, I take the bottle out, right? I open the cork, I pour it, I'm done. This mixology thing, this is real work.
It's real work, but you know what we love about our bourbon is that you can literally pour this bourbon. A lot of people, there's a stigma with bourbon, like, oh my God, it's such a harsh, alcohol. But at the end of the day, what we created here is so approachable but nuanced. You can pour it right out of the bottle and drink it straight, and I promise it'll be the smoothest bourbon you'll have.
Yeah, it is really special, man. So literally, as you make this, this label, the bottle, every single thing you see, we designed with our team. Of course, we built this out, every bit of it. Obviously, the juice too. It's supposed to be smooth. It's supposed to be approachable, but it's supposed to be super complex. Whether you're Gen Z or you're my 70-year-old mom or 80-year-old dad, Gen Z. Well, the tail end of Gen Z, 21 to 24.
Yeah, we want to make sure that people are over.
Yeah.
Right? Okay,
no, I want to be clear on that. But that's the beauty of this. That's why we love this so much. It's because it's just so damn good and easy to drink,
Yeah.
So it holds up in cocktails. It holds up neats. Holds up with ice. You're doing 2 ounces.
Yeah, I'm doing
the
this pumpkin spice old fashioned.
Yeah, there it is.
And the amazing thing about this is we couldn't find pumpkin simple syrup, so my wife made pumpkin spice simple syrup for us.
Are you serious?
I swear to God.
That's very impressive.
I wanted her to come on camera, and she said she would make the spice but not come on camera. So I love this shot thing you sent me.
Thank you.
Thanks, man. We've got all of our own stuff.
Grab that.
I know.
We're going to make this together. So we're going to do pumpkin spiced old fashioned, everybody. Check this out. So we're going to do
2 ounces of Brothers Bond. Well, for
1 each.
1 each, right? It's
Yep.
1 each? No, it's 2 ounces total. So it's per.
No, I have 2 ounces of bourbon.
Yeah, 2 ounces. Yeah. So 2 ounces.
So that I would fill up just this whole one side.
Yep.
The big
Yeah,
side.
exactly.
Fill that bad boy up.
Yeah,
We're
buddy.
gonna put that in.
Did you do a little extra?
No,
Then
1.5.
Then we're going to put a 1/2 ounce of this simple syrup.
That's
Yep.
right.
So I use the other side.
Feels very Halloweeny, right? The pumpkin.
Yeah, and then
We're going to do a 1/2 ounce of pumpkin simple syrup. Yep.
right, Amaro then next.
Yep.
We could have brought in a professional for this, but we're doing it
Did we
ourselves.
tilt it down?
I am a professional, Gary.
I'm a professional drinker.
By the way, yeah, that's the thing. What makes us connoisseurs is that we have been drinking bourbon for the last how long?
Well, 12 years together,
Yeah,
but
12
I've been
years
drinking
together.
bourbon since I was like 4.
Yeah,
Stealing it from my family.
Louisiana.
There's so many
Louisiana.
moving parts.
So 1 ounce
for
tomorrow.
bitters, you could use any bitters, but I used actually Woodford bitters. They're really, really good bitters.
Woodford bitters. What do we have? We have ours is unlabeled. It will go unnamed. How much?
Okay.
What is it?
4 dashes.
4 dashes.
Okay, I should have unnamed it because it wasn't yours. That's okay.
3, 4.
Okay,
Yep.
so then you stir it up.
4. Boom.
Yep.
Nailed it.
I think somebody just requested your babies, but I assume they weren't talking to me.
You never know, Gary.
Oh,
No, I know. And then watch this trick I learned. Then we take it and we.
By the way, one more thing I want to add before we get into the cocktail. Ian and I, the bourbon that you love, Ian and I blended this ourselves in his kitchen
ice.
and in his living room. This bourbon. Oh, no ice for this. No, it's right because it's an old fashioned. Okay. No
Right,
ice.
we put it over ice.
no, old fashions have ice.
Our recipe doesn't have
Our recipe is all right. We want some ice.
Well, you got you got to have ice.
We got to have a little bit.
I need help. I put
Gary's
a,
got ice. We got to have ice.
I put a jumbo ice cube in and it filled it right to the top.
I know.
I'm running a little thick here.
We're good. We're getting ice.
All right, you
My
get
God.
ice.
So you're saying that's, I see what happened. So everybody, let me tell you something.
So-
This yummy drink. So we're gonna do star anise. Yummy. Actually,
Yeah, baby.
yeah, buddy.
Don't forget the orange peel, guys.
Garnish with an orange. Star anise.
I'm excited.
I am too, but I'm making a mess first.
Cinnamon.
It's seven. Where's it? What time is it over there? It's 7:40. You're
Look how
definitely
beautiful these
you're
are.
chilling. 4:40 where we are.
That's why I had that on my original calendar. We should have done this when I was in Napa.
There you go.
All right, I'm gonna stir yours.
By the way, Gary, I went, as you know, to your to a few of your stores, and they're beautiful, and it was really fantastic to head over there, man. I was so happy I was able to.
I appreciate it, and people didn't even know you were coming. And
Oh, did they not know?
They blew. Well, it was kind of like on a silent thing. And
Right,
we
right.
blew through it, and we've had people coming in ever since.
Oh, that's awesome.
Don't forget, what did I just, the cinnamon stick.
That's right. We got it right
Yep.
Oh, you got it. Oh, I didn't do, oh, that's nice. Cheers.
here. Cheers,
Our
Gary.
pumpkin spice is it's not as
It's
cloudy.
not as cloudy.
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
This-
'Cause his is homemade. His wife made it.
And my wife is now tasting it.
Do you like it?
So delicious. It's funny because it's got that.
Ooh, that's really good.
You get a hint of the pumpkin, right? And you get what I like about your bourbon, and I'm going to talk about it for a second, neat, right? Where you really learn about the product. But it's so mixable. It's got great flavor. And with the pumpkin spice, it just feels so fall. And
Yeah.
it's fall, so that's awesome.
Well, you know why our bourbon is a high rye, and a lot of bourbons are not high rye, and so they're not as mixable. And ours, like rye, is a very common, alcohol that that mixologist likes to use, and ours has a lot of that rye flavor, which makes it super mixable.
So,
But
poor man.
It's still
I'm gonna close this.
Yeah,
one.
close that window.
It's still over 65. You got 65% corn, which is a good amount of corn. I like that because it gives us some of that sweetness up front.
Exactly.
And then you got some little spiciness.
It gives
And
the
very
sweetness
good.
up front that really balances out. As that spice comes across, that toasted grain of that wheat, because it's we love our wheat, and that nutty of the rye really balances it out. But for everyone watching, another thing, Gary, it's like the nose on this, right? It's got that like baked banana bread.
Yeah. Okay.
Like literally something that here you take this one. Like
Oh, no,
that
it's good.
grandma would have made, you know?
We can share. We're brothers.
We're brothers. Yeah.
Come on. It's the brothers bond.
So but smell
I'm
that.
sharing with my wife to bond.
Hey, he's my wife, you know? It's like, might as well be, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, being on a TV show together for 8 years is basically like being married.
Yeah, exactly.
It's my longest relationship, Paul. No, the nose on this, literally even right out of the bottle for anyone watching, if you want to sort of get into this, what's cool is that the higher up you are, the more floral notes you're going to get. You're going to get like more floral, like orange peel. But as you go down, get your nose into that glass, you're going to pick up that banana bread, warm spice, totally changes, right? So
It's unbelievable, the nose on this. Oh, and somebody else said that their husband gave her permission to kiss you. And I don't know if they're talking about me or you.
No, I'm pretty sure it's you, Gary.
Yeah, I
Got a big fan club over there.
it's because
Yeah,
you and your lady are there. They feel like it's safe. Gary, this is what's so cool about what we get to do together. From sitting in that or standing in that beautiful restaurant that our boy owns. That restaurant's insane.
Simi
in Austin.
Estiatore.
Oh, so I couldn't remember
Simi.
Simi Estiatore or something like that.
If you go to Austin, Texas, you are insane if you do not go to Simi. Anyone that's listening,
The place is doing well. Huh?
he's crushing.
Yeah,
He's
it was
brilliant.
crushing. I mean, the food was
Yeah.
ridiculously good. And then I met these two guys with a bourbon. You know,
That was a great night.
It was a great
fun
night.
That was a
It
really
was a
fun
great
night.
night. So tell me about the label. I really want people to get an understanding of you guys. They know you. I didn't know you, but obviously they know you from the vampire gig. But now it's this whole bourbon gig, which I love, and I want to know more about the bottle and what you're thinking.
Well, we wanted, like, everyone wants a home, right? You want to feel connected to nature, but this tree, if you look into the leaves of the tree, it's our grains, right? Expressed there and shown.
So you have the corn, you have the rye, you got the wheat, you got the barley, and that's what makes up the tree.
And the boys are together, their backs to this grounding force,
Which is an oak tree, which all bourbon is aged in oak, right? So it's all symbolic.
Virgin oak. No, but you're right. And then also Paul and I argue which one is which.
I'm gonna go with I'm that guy.
You're
That's
that
where
guy?
my signature is.
That's true. I'll go with this guy.
Okay, all right, good.
I'm glad you shared this because I looked at it and I said, "Oh, it's a tree on the bottle."
No, it's definitely got more of a complex meaning to it.
And the symbolism is these two boys, are grounded and rooted by this thing that's protecting them, that's giving them this perspective, and then the birds signify nature and freedom, while the boys get to look out and sort of, be connected and together. And so, not to be like too cerebral about it, but it meant a lot to us to do this. And then, obviously too, just even the feel of the label, we wanted that like sort of organic, really. You used the word escapism. It's like a beautiful natural escapism.
Yeah.
It's not only, it's like a warm, calm inspiration or aspirational, So
yeah, and we really just want, the name Brothers Bond is obviously like a nod to us, but something that we always talk about with our entire team. We have Zooms all the time and phone calls every day and texts, but our entire ethos is to bring people together, right? So when you drink alcohol, you do it in good company. And so our whole mission is to like create a bond, and you're drinking like you and I and Ian, we're having a bonding moment, and that's kind of like the whole ethos of our company.
I couldn't find the drink. Liz stole it.
Cheers, brother. Hey,
Cheers, Gary. Cheers.
It's
buddy.
really yummy, this thing.
Well, great news. Great news. This is so exciting. Right off the press, a woman on there actually said she's on this because of me.
There it is. There it is.
Out of the 9,000 people, one person. All right. To that
At one
person.
point, it was 19,000. So
I know it was
I
20.
know there was one of them. But you know, listen, I got to tell you, because I'm not the Jersey guy, but I used to spend my summers in Spring Lake, and like I spent a lot of time actually in Monmouth County, where you're from, and a lot of time in North Bergen County, and just a lot of time in Jersey. I love that place because I lived in New York for 20 years. I had a place there. But
And that's
being with this guy,
you know,
what's that?
You guys developed this connection on the show and became brothers. You've created this product, you know, which brings people together. You're doing all this in the new world that we're in. This combining people in whether it's live or wait. Ian says hi. Somebody, it was too fast. But you know, and that's what this beverage alcohol, you know, spirits, you know, it's creating camaraderie. It's sitting around having a cocktail, talking to friends. Can you give us a scoop? Are you guys going to be doing any other beverages together? Is there anything you're going to be doing?
Well, we're certainly not going to expand anything past bourbon, but I will say that we're super excited about our different age statements, and we're doing
line extensions.
And line extensions. We have a cask strength bourbon. We have
The cask strength is
it's phenomenal.
unbelievable. I mean, it's this, but 100. Well, it goes between 116.1 and 117.8. It changes, but it's like.
So to catch people up that are on because they love you guys and don't know a lot about bourbon. So bourbon, when it comes out of the cask, is well over 100 proof.
Yeah.
And what they do is they cut it with water. Which doesn't water it down, but it brings the alcohol level down.
Exactly.
And makes it sometimes easier to drink.
Which brings out the flavors too.
Exactly. But when you have a barrel strength, the flavors are unbelievable. You know, it gives you this richness, and then you can still cut. When I do it, I always put a little drop of. I lost the glass. A little drop of water, right?
Yeah.
I'll put a tiny drop of water in because
brings out the
then
flavor.
you smell it, and the aromatics come out even more.
Exactly.
So it's unbelievable.
Sometimes if the proof is too high, you can lose a lot of those nuanced notes. But our cask strength is just absolutely phenomenal. We also have a 8-year.
And by the way, 1 year. The idea is 1 year in a barrel for every year that we were on TV together. 8 years also. I think it's a really great year for bourbon. It's not too young. It's not too old. 8 summers in Lawrenceburg, Indiana. And we have a rollout of that 8 year that we'll be able to explain later. But it's a 4-year rollout where that 8-year program will span 4 years and then start over for 4 years. And it's really exciting. And then also, too, we have our 100 proof, you know, bottled in bond. The 100 proof.
Brothers Bond, bottled in bond.
Man, that with just like a chunk of ice, you know, you drizzle that over.
Big ice
it
cube,
is.
so I'm ready for that.
It's out of this world.
Yeah.
It's almost it's almost as beautiful as Paul.
Almost. Keyword.
What are you reading there, Gary?
I'm being told to tell people to subscribe to our Instagram at the end.
There you
have
go.
to.
Hey.
I have to have people coaching me, but more importantly, I can't. It's hard to see.
Yes, check this out.
I
So
have this.
We have this.
I have this great board. You guys sent me the board, but all the food came from the store. So
That's
we
right.
did this completely vegan because Paul.
Because I am.
Look how beautiful this is, man.
But first off, I think
This is all from you.
This is all from you.
So is this.
Yours looks better.
This is all from
Yours
you,
looks
man.
better. Did you guys put yours together? Yours looks much better than mine.
Well, we had some really fantastic people.
Spencer and
put it
Remington,
together.
you did.
I had a
You did
fantastic-
Paul did not make this as beautiful.
You think I'd be capable of doing this? You're wrong, Gary.
But what we wanted to get out, what we wanted to show everyone is, first of all, look, this is about experience, right? Holidays are coming, weather's getting cooler. You can make this, which is sort of like a charcuterie plate, but this version of these flavors and tastes that are so easy to do, they can get from you, coupled with drinks like this, or just neater on ice, brings out these flavors. The dark chocolate with our bourbon, and especially, oddly enough, with this pumpkin spice, it's unbelievable. So we've got this amazing what do you call this amazing
It's
bread?
like a fig.
Like a fig,
fig and nut, right?
Yeah, fig and nut bread,
biscotti almost, right?
which they didn't give me. So fig and nut bread, we've got.
But you guys added some stuff. They added some stuff. We got some peeps.
So we've got salted nuts.
Look at this. We got oranges dipped in chocolate, dark chocolate.
We've
Love
got these vegan cheeses, pepper jack, because that spice kind of goes nicely with this. And then what's this one?
Gouda.
Oh, Gouda. Gouda,
What is this?
pretzels. These are these beautiful little wafers.
Wafers?
I love the fact that you have somebody coaching you also. It makes me feel.
You have
I
your
like-
wife. We have our
So dates,
Spencer and Remy.
but also with grapes and then the apricots. But what happens is you'll notice with people when you're sitting in your kitchen, this is so easy to do. It's also so beautiful. It looks like a piece of art, you know? And coupled with these cocktails, the flavor profiles just become expansive.
And
right?
what I love about it is you can put the board together before people come over.
Yep.
You could make a picture of these great cocktails, right? And just get a big jumbo pitcher. What I would do is I wouldn't put ice in it yet. Put a
Right.
jumbo
it
pitcher,
doesn't melt.
have a bucket of ice next
Yeah.
to it, have the board out, and then just go at it.
And it becomes like a fun experience, you know what I mean? And like it becomes like this event that you do as opposed to just
And
drinking.
it's, by the way, it's just in your kitchen or
Yeah.
just in your living room or just in your dining room, you know?
and you're
this is-
bonding. You're bonding.
That's right.
And
There it is,
bonding.
Gary. There it is.
and you're bonding. And, you know, we have this is a nut-based pepper jack, which is incredible, but it really brings out the flavors of this bourbon, and the bourbon brings out the flavors of the cheese. Chocolate, I cannot stress enough. Dark chocolate and this
Dark.
bourbon, neat or on ice, or even these cocktails, this cocktail in particular.
Well, I got to tell. Well, this cocktail in particular shouts to me the dark chocolate because you have pumpkin and then you have chocolate. It's almost like dessert, right? Pumpkin
That's
pie, a little chocolate. I love the saltiness of the nuts. Brings out the flavor again of the whiskey.
This is insane.
I know.
I'm adding
Legitimately insane.
a vegan keto chocolate chip
Keto
peanut
friendly?
butter bar.
Wow, look at you, Gary. Are you keto? What's going on here?
This week I'm something. I'm eating healthy. I'm eating
know what?
exceedingly
Doing
healthy.
Let me tell you something what you are. You're also Gary, who owns an incredible, incredible company that's about to go into holiday season in New Jersey. And you are about to be the busiest man in Jersey.
Why, thank you. And in St. Helena, California. Don't forget that little store out there.
That's true.
I know that place.
Yeah.
That's true.
Beautiful out there, huh?
It's so beautiful. And we've had a great year. Thank God no fires. It rained in October, so we're doing great. And I got to tell you guys, this is such a special evening for me. Now that I know who you are, and we've been able to bond over some bourbon, I feel like you're brothers, although more like a father figure than a brother figure. But I'll take it either way.
Hey, buddy, I'm 165,
That's right.
162 years
That's
old,
right.
my friend.
That's right.
You look good. You know, I got to eat this keto shit to try to look good when I'm 165 years
I go
old.
back and forth from keto to not keto.
You got it. I like balance. In life.
I'm consistently not keto.
Balance
But
is
you're
good.
vegan. I mean,
I am, yeah. Mm-hmm.
By the way, speaking of balance, that is actually one of the things that we worked on so diligently with this company. The balance. Balance is everything. And you know, like even this cocktail, these flavor profiles are completely balanced.
Yeah. And when we took, what, months?
14
blending
months.
The barley. And
The wheat and the
the
barley.
wheat and the barley.
Because people give a shit. They go, well, why don't you tell me the percentage of wheat and barley? And I say, hey, listen, man, with all due respect. And by the way, it was Jim Rutledge. You know, Jim Rutledge of Four Roses fame. The first Zoom I ever did was so amazing, man, with this incredible group of 25 people. But Jim Rutledge was on that call, which is, by the way, like, it's like an insane,
Yeah.
you know, talking about an honor to be on the call. It's like if you're on a Zoom with, you know, the late and great, you know. Anyway, you know, think about like guys like Jim Rutledge. There aren't a lot of them, right? It's like being on the Zoom with Lincoln Henderson, you know? And so he said, hey, listen, I appreciate that you won't disclose wheat and barley. It's not going to last, but I do appreciate. This dude and I spent 6 months just adjusting barley and wheat to get that thing where not only is the nose bringing up, I know we sound super cerebral and geeky about this, but like this is how you do it. As you bring that nose up and you get that baked banana bread, you sip this bourbon and you get the sweetness immediately, that corn, then you get that spice, right? Because there's a lot of rye, and you get that rye over, but then it's really balanced with toasted grain of the wheat and the nuttiness of that rye. But I will tell you, in about 160 iterations, because we did this all day, every day for 14 months, think about how many times we tried it. It wasn't in balance until one day it was. And we were literally like in tears. I was jumping up and down. And Paul doesn't get too excited about too many things, but this,
I got excited.
He was losing his mind.
Well, but it's true. Once you know it's there, it's that aha moment. You know it happens. And I also wanted to touch on something else. You guys are very generous. And from what I'm hearing, you donate a lot back to charity in the communities you are involved in. Can you tell me a little bit about the charitable?
Yeah, we actually we're just about to release some. We just made a donation, but we're giving back a portion of all of our profits to support regenerative agriculture. Yeah, it's something that we're standing by, and we're actually just purchased our first batch of regenerative grain. Our whole goal is to be carbon neutral,
Carbon negative.
carbon negative.
But yeah. And honestly, I say this, and it's a bold statement, and people, you know, we aim to be the truly regenerative spirits company in the world. I mean, if anybody has the runway to do it, it's us. We are a small company right now. It's not like we have all these billions of dollars that all these companies have. We're working our asses off to basically sequester as much carbon as we possibly can, and then to encourage partners across the board to do the same up and down their supply chains. If you haven't had a chance, and we've watched this movie time and time and time again, I was very fortunate to executive produce a film called Kiss the Ground. It's on Netflix right now. It shows you the promise, not only the promise, the actual logistics of regenerative ag and how it can literally reverse stop climate change in its tracks.
Right.
That's us. That's what we do. That's what we live and we breathe. So if you can, it's on Netflix right now. See Kiss the Ground. I mean, like tonight, tomorrow.
I'm going to watch it
whatever.
tonight.
Check it out, and it'll shine
I'm going to finish.
spotlight, not even a floodlight. I mean a spotlight on what we're doing. So we absolutely, listen, let's be honest, COP26 was a complete failure. And not going to happen. It's going to come from businesses. Business is what's going to drive the greatest change in carbon capture in the world.
Absolutely.
And in the United States, we can build the single largest carbon capture food economy on the planet. And we will.
And I applaud you guys for doing that. I really do.
Thank
I
you.
admire, you know, people with talent could become an actor or become a professional at something. But for you guys to transition and create this spirit that you've done with the energy and literally with the brotherhood and bring this community together is really awesome. And I'm glad to be part of it. We look forward to being part of it for a long time.
Thank you.
And I look forward to at least one of the women that flirted with you on this thing. My wife is saying, cut. But I just, you know, I have to do a little shopkeeping here. If you live in New Jersey, we could ship this to you, deliver it to you. You can come to buy it. If you don't live in New Jersey, if you live in California, we can get it for you.
Yep.
If you don't, there are stores. If you go to Austin, Texas, I guarantee you Twins has it, and they have pies of it. I share that, but it's definitely, it's something that for the holidays you should definitely seek out. It's worth it. This cocktail was great. I'm going to continue drinking it through my healthy vegan dinner, which is going to be vegan for sure. And also the food is. My son is going to kill me because I went off script. You could go on Gary'sWine.com and buy the food too. So we have everything available. So you can recreate this event in your kitchen, minus the three of us.
Like
So,
that. You wouldn't
Yeah,
want the three of us.
and for my Jersey people, I can attest. I went to Gary's Wine, and it's a beautiful store. So go check it out in person as well, because it's a really great place to visit for sure.
Amazing.
happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Cheers.
Cheers, my friend.
Happy
Hope you're doing
Thanksgiving,
good
everyone.
with you.
Gary, thank you, big brother.
Thank you for having
you.
us.
Dude, cheers, man.
Cheers, brother man.
So proud of us, man. Thank
I'm
you.
proud of you guys.
Delicious.
I mean, this is absurd. The flavor profile is crazy.
This is
Make
good.
this board.
You're
Everyone,
talking. We're not hanging up.
I'm not just trying to sell you things. Everyone,
All right,
imagine
gonna
friends
have to
coming over. Make
Look
this
at my-
board.
Look
with
at your
Gary's.
board. Your board wins.
Unbelievable. No, but
That's
get on
it.
it. It's so easy to do, and
we got good people.
We got great people. We got the best people.
All
Thank
right,
you all. Hey, thanks everyone for watching this and listening.
guys.
Gary, thank you.
Thanks, Gary. We'll
Thank
see
you.
you. We'll see you soon, I'm sure.
All right. Be well.
All right, brother.
Happy
Take
holidays,
care.
brother.
Happy holidays. See you guys.
Thanks, my man. Bye, everybody. This thing is so yummy. Holy shit.